Well, hey everyone, it's andrewbreault, and in this video, I'm going to be taking a look at some different ways to set up documents within Pages on an iPad. Now, last week we looked at the very basics of Pages, and we just went in and created a quick blog post that I was going to put out on my site, but I wanted to show how I would edit it if it were inside of a Pages document. So we put in some text, we put in a picture, and we moved some things around and formatted some of the text, but really everything was just very high level, just scratching the surface of what's possible within Apple's Pages. But what I wanted to show you today is that there are different ways you can set up your document, and your document will work a little bit differently. So to illustrate, let's just go ahead and create a new document, and I'm going to say a basic new blank document. And you'll notice that right away I get this view where I have a ruler across the top. I can see that we've got 1-inch margins. I do believe that there is a header in here. If you double click into it, maybe. There is a header. Tap and hold. Nope, that's not doing it either. But there is a header up there, and we've just got our basic document, and we can use it like a typewriter. We could go in and add a text box if we wanted to. But as you'll see, like if I let go of it, there's still a space down at the bottom of that text box where it's a blinking cursor. It basically looks like a typewriter. But if we go into, let's just go ahead and delete this. If we go back into create a document and we start looking at some different types of documents that you can do. For instance, let's jump down here to posters. We'll choose this type poster big. You're going to notice some huge differences. Like number one, this is an 11 by 17 page. Also, the text is in a text box already, and I can just go in and delete that out because I want to put my own design in there. Here we go. Let's grab this one and we'll delete that one out. And then we'll unlock this background and delete that out as well. So now I have this 11 by 17 page, and it's acting a lot more like Publisher. Notice that there's no ruler at the top. I also get the little plus symbol down here in the lower left where I can start adding other pages. And this is really cool. I thought, you know what, this is acting a lot like Publisher. Now there's still some quirky things going on here. So for instance, if I go up here to the three little dot menu in the upper right hand corner, and I go to document setup, you will notice that it does indeed say it's 11 by 17. It's giving us a 1 inch? I think it's a 0.5 inch. It's giving us a 0.5 inch margin all the way around the document. And if we click the little page symbol up there in the upper right hand side again, you can see that we can change it between a portrait and a landscape, but the only sizes that it gives you is letter or A4. And if I change it to letter or A4, there is no going back to 11 by 17. So be really careful what you do here. But let's say I just wanted to do a layout and I wanted to do it in landscape. So there we go. We've got it. We can go ahead and say done. And now I can see it. I can go in between different pages in landscape mode. I can add more pages if I want to. And this is 11 by 17. So I can basically create spreads if I wanted to, and then print them out, cut them down the center and insert those into a happy planner, or do a coil bound book, or even a 3-ring binder or something like that. But I can still design in spreads. So that's really cool. And it acts almost identical to Publisher in the sense that, you know, if I want to add a text box, I have to add a text box. If you want to add a shape, you can do that. You know, you can create all different types of shapes. You can add in pictures from your photo library Here's one, my son was playing with his cars and he was like, Daddy, take a picture of my thing I built. So there we go. He just made it into my video. All right. And of course, you can still go in and export and share and all that kind of stuff, even with the 11 by 17. But the quirky part is if you do go in to the document setup and then say, oh, I want to, if you accidentally clicked on letter, there's no canceling out of this. Maybe I can do an undo. Yeah, you can do an undo, thankfully. But that's it. And if you change it, it applies it to the whole entire document. So be careful there. All right, so let's take a look at some other types of documents here. Something that was really, really awesome inside of iOS 11, and actually I think it was 11.3 when they did this, is that they came out with book templates. And these book templates work identical, just about identical, to what we were just doing with the posters. So if we go in and say, hey, I want to do a blank landscape book, it doesn't actually tell me the size here. Let's see if we go into document setup. So there it is. It's showing that it's 14.2 by 10.7. But once again, that size is nowhere to be found inside of the document setup. If you accidentally changed it, there's no going back. But there's a lot of different layouts and things that you can do. So if you come down and you click the little plus symbol, you can see it gives you like 4 different types of layouts. Plus you can change those up however you want by putting in pictures and text and all that kind of stuff. I did want to go over one other thing really quickly, and that is, so last week I showed you how you can go in and you can insert a picture really, really easily. So like, there we go, wonderful picture of some mushrooms that I chopped up. Actually, those are mushrooms and onions from a frying pan. Yay, food, I love food. And then of course you can go in and edit that, we can do some different effects and things to it. But when you go to add in a picture, let's delete that out. Instead of just doing a picture, you can say an image gallery. And this is really, really cool. It allows you to add multiple images, and then you can flip through them later once you've added them in. So you can come down here. Let's go ahead and say, yes, I want to add some pictures. We'll just take a few here of Keenan. We'll drop those in, and now you can edit each one. If you double tap the image, you can now zoom in on it if you want to, and then just tap it or tap outside of it and go to the next image, double tap, and we can zoom it. You can also, let's see, if we zoom in on it, you can actually reorient it like where you want it to be. There we go. And you can go in and do that for each one of the pictures. So like this one right here, I can go in and just pull this down. Maybe zoom in just a little bit. Bring that over there. There we go. We'll say done. Maybe do something like that. And now, once the book is created, you can also go in and edit the caption that's underneath here, which, you just double tap it, and you can go in and edit the caption. But now, when somebody's going through your book, and you can actually caption each individual picture. So, like this here would be, watch this. Picture 1, picture 2, picture 3. And that'll be fine for now. So now, whoops, I keep forgetting that this is not the actual book, and I try to slide through the pictures, and instead I move the whole entire picture holder. So inside of the editor, you have to click the little arrows to go back and forth. But later on, you'll be able to just swipe through them once the book has been created. So now what will happen is someone's reading your book, they see a picture, they see that it's a gallery, and they can sit there and click through each one of those pictures. Really, really cool stuff. I think that was all I wanted to cover for today. If you guys have any questions about Pages and what I can cover here in the future, I think I'm going to actually start a project next week and then let you guys follow along as I create the project. And then if any questions come up, we'll do that. I'm actually considering putting together kind of a calendar planner for kind of a business calendar planner, I guess you could say, for 2019. So it's going to be my 2019 planner. I know we're not even halfway through 2018 yet, but it's something I need to start working on because I know it's something I'm going to pick away at for a few months before I get it exactly the way I want it. So if you guys want to follow along with that, definitely tune back in next week. And that's going to be all for today, folks. If you're not already subscribed, take a second and subscribe to the channel for more awesome videos. Got a lot of great stuff coming up here in the very near future. Also, if you take a second and drop down below and ask any questions specifically about Apple's Pages, because that's what we're going to be covering over the next few weeks. Would love to answer those questions in a future video. Also, you can come find me on these social media channels. Look forward to seeing you guys next week. Take care. Bye-bye.